Spoilers and Fandom is like a book club for geeky stuff. Join us as we delve into the depths of our backlogs and sift through the games, comics, shows, movies, and books that we haven't checked out yet. Hey everyone, welcome to the show. Why are you laughing already?
It's because
the volume just suddenly spikes
Yes.
in my talking. Okay. You're welcome. Well, yeah, welcome to the show. Today we're going to talk about Altered Carbon. I hope you all watched it. And yeah, we decided. Well, it was your pick.
yeah, it was my pick.
It was your pick, and yeah, did you watch the whole thing?
I watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we did do it now.
Yeah.
Because I definitely wasn't gonna watch it otherwise.
Yeah, me too.
Because I found it like
The pacing,
okay,
the pacing's
the
right.
pacing.
That's
and
good. Let's just go. Okay.
we'll go straight into it.
Yeah, we'll go straight into it. Just if you're listening to this for the first time, know that we will try and talk about the show without spoilers initially. And when we do talk about spoilers, we'll let you know and give you a warning, which is kind of difficult-ish with shows because they get weird towards the end, like in a show like this.
Yeah. So basically, overview first.
Yeah. So. General thoughts, a general overview, and then we'll let you know about when we're going to talk about spoilers.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're talking about the pacing.
Yeah, for me the pacing was really strange.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't what episode 1 is really cool. It sets you up, you're ready.
Yeah.
You're good to go.
Yep.
Episode 2 and 3 are hard to watch.
Yeah,
For me, I slept.
You say yeah.
I slept. I can't even lie.
I barely remember what happened in the second episode. So, for me, I started watching the show. I think when it first got announced, I watched the first episode.
Oh, okay.
Then Debbie was curious about it, so I watched the first episode again. Then we never got time. Then I watched the second episode. Fast forward to last week, and this was like when it came out.
Yeah.
So a while back. And yeah, then I finally picked it up from 3 onwards.
Like even for me, when the series started, I didn't start watching it immediately. Let's say it took like a month or so for me to start watching it.
Yeah.
After that, I watched episode 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I couldn't get past 2.
Yeah.
Then I tried episode from 2 again. I got to episode 3, couldn't get past it. So I was like, hey, if the series is gonna be this tough to watch, I don't think it's for me.
Yeah. The first did a good job, I think. And then I don't know what happened with the second. Like, it just got...
The pacing really slowed down.
Yeah.
Like, it picked up in episode 4, so I was like, wait.
Yeah.
Then what the hell have we been doing for the past, 2 hours? Because every episode is, 58 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it was hard. Okay, but yeah, you see now, the thing is, maybe I wasn't ready for it. Maybe I just needed to give it time, I guess. Or was it do you think it was a legit pacing thing? Or we just didn't give it the time that it required?
No, it was a pacing thing. I really do think. Because I'm trying to remember what happened in the second. And it's literally just 2 things. Right?
Yeah.
Which aren't... Well, it's the second episode. I don't think that counts as spoilers, really. It's just... I'll put it vaguely. He bangs someone.
Oh, yeah.
In the second episode. And he fights with someone else, but
then that's every episode.
But that's really it.
Yeah, that's really it.
I don't remember anything else.
Okay, now basic overview of the series. What's the series about?
Okay,
yeah.
So I liked it. First of all, it takes place in way in the future. They didn't give a specific year though. No, but it's so we've colonized planets at this point as a species, probably killed aliens at this point, and it's just way into the future. And the series actually starts with him being killed, and then waking up 250 years later. And even when he's killed, it's way in the future.
Yeah.
So the whole concept of the show is humanity has transcended death to a certain degree. Everyone's implanted with these little
chips.
discs or
Disc
whatever
things
at the back of their head. And so when you die, you just transfer your consciousness into another body that's grown.
They call now bodies sleeves.
Yeah, so all bodies are called sleeves.
Yeah.
I don't think they refer to bodies as anything else throughout the entire show.
Yeah.
So they're like that, and you just keep going, basically. And so you have guys who have lived for like over 200 years and blah, blah, blah. The thing is,
those people Methuselahs. Or
Yeah.
meths for short.
yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, so this tech is obviously super expensive, and corporations, blah blah blah. If you're a fan of sci-fi and dystopian futures, you know the corporates run everything, and this is basically what the world is like.
Yeah.
Now, the main character has the coolest name. His name is Takeshi Kovacs.
Yes.
And he is some kind of soldier. Like a super soldier almost.
Yeah.
He has like superhuman abilities or extrasensory perception. Some kind of
It's
weird.
that super training thing.
Yeah, like he's almost got like a wall hack as well.
Yeah. Like
With like I don't know, implants or whatever.
Yeah.
He was trained with. And he was trained by highly trained terrorists as well.
Yeah.
So they're he's called an envoy.
Yeah.
And they're known as being terrorists basically. Okay? So the story is way in the future this guy dies. Okay?
He's really rich.
He's super rich. He's like the superest richest guy on the planet. Or on many planets.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And he like so with this tech he has the ability to back up every now and then his consciousness disk backs up to a satellite. So even if if anyone shoots the disc, you die for real. Like if you were killed, you can come back so long as your disc is intact.
Yeah.
This guy's disc was blown up, okay? But because he's super rich, he could afford like a cloud service where his consciousness is uploaded every few minutes. So he doesn't remember what happened in the past 48 hours, but he knows that he got killed.
Yeah.
Okay? So he brings this terrorist guy, this envoy,
Takeshi Kovacs.
into a sleep, and he was sentenced to several lifetimes
Of sleep.
of just being under whatever.
Yeah.
Like just
Oh,
you're in a
nice.
disc
Yeah.
basically,
Nice.
and you don't come out of being on a disc.
Yeah.
And so like he's brought and he's supposed to try and solve the crime, and so it takes a real film noir. Cyberpunk noir kind of thing. Like I thought that was super cool.
Yeah, the whole intro,
And-
the way
and-
the story is set up from there is fantastic.
Yeah, it's so cool. And even the can we also talk about the way everything looks? Like the lighting in this whole series is amazing.
Yes, it's
It's really good. The sets.
The visuals are really nice.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah, I think they took. That's one of the strengths of this show. Like, at the very least, it does look visually engaging. So it doesn't look boring. It doesn't look like they skimped on anything. They tried. Even the martial arts in the fight scenes works. It doesn't look like they phoned it in like, what's it called? Iron Fist episode 1. Where it looks like a dance sequence and 1 and 2 and dodge and turn and jazz hands.
No.
For real, I could not stand Iron Fist. This is legit. You see guys being beaten up, and it works. It feels like it was shot like as a B movie, B plus movie, and then cut into episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Wait, you mean this?
Also Carbon, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I feel like it was a movie. It feels this good. It feels movie good. Just cut into.
Yes, it feels like it could have. They could have made it one movie.
Yeah.
They could have.
They would have missed out on it.
Yeah. I'd say the weakest setting is really just the ground level.
Yeah.
On Earth.
Yeah.
They're on Earth they're on Earth for most of the show. I will say. Yeah, and just the ground level is sort of like typical slummy looking. I don't know. I found that to be the least interesting, except when they go to now. Yeah. Like you got like a marketplace. It's always raining.
It's always raining.
For whatever reason. It's always raining.
And there's always like neon, what's it called? Neon holograms.
Yeah,
so it looks like
like
every other
effects, yeah.
cyberpunk movie there.
Yeah.
But then once you expand, once you expand beyond that into like the richer district,
Yeah.
and even like the military places,
Yeah.
and the weird flashbacks that they were having to other different planets, where like one there's a jungle planet where they're doing stuff there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it spreads out, but yeah, the weakest bits of it are in that.
Yeah. In terms of looks.
In terms
obviously.
of look.
Yeah.
In terms of look.
But yeah, I think the whole concept was pretty dope. I like a detective story, a sci-fi detective story.
Detective noir. Because he talks to himself and it's fantastic.
Yeah, and even the way. Oh, so what did you think about that? Like, you said that you had to watch this with subtitles. I did as well.
Yeah, because
there's something about the way that they talk where the words kind of blend into each other. Like, everyone's character does that.
And this is a thing that I was arguing with a friend of mine. Joel Kinnaman does this a lot. He swallows the words that he speaks.
Yeah. No, but it wasn't.
It felt like he was mumbling like half the time.
It was him. It was the AI at the Raven.
The chick.
Like
the cop chick. The main reason actually why I switched the subtitles on is, and guys might like this because I did enjoy it and I enjoyed watching it still with the subtitles. I didn't mind it.
Yeah.
When guys are speaking, they'll speak in English and in like maybe 2 other languages. Yeah. Depending on where they're from. So there's a girl.
I found that annoying.
I found that really cool. I don't know why. Because like there's a cop chick who she'll speak in English and switch to Spanish seamlessly in between. Yeah. Then she'll be talking with somebody who's speaking English and Russian.
And Arabic.
Her partner. Yeah, her partner speaks in Arabic. Yeah. So it's really, really fun to get to get other things. But then also now when you sit back, when you take a step back and think about it, you're like, wait, this is the future. Why do all these languages sound exactly the same as they do now? Because even English in 100 years has changed.
No, just where we are right now with Google Translate, is there even like a necessity to show other languages?
That's the thing.
And so that's for me that was the weird bit. Like especially with the cops family. Yeah. They're so traditional. Yeah. This is super into the future.
Yeah, this is like at least 400 years from now.
Yeah, so like concepts like your typical Spanish Mexican traditions and stuff. I think they're Mexican actually. Yeah, so I think like the Mexican traditions, they would need to adapt. Yeah. And
but they have them as at
I feel like they were just there to make it relatable somehow. I feel like that's the only reason that they were there in the show. Yeah. Like that they would bring them up, but it did feel out of place. I thought it was pretty out of place. Yeah. And later on we find out, like how the world has changed and these concepts have changed, which we'll talk about in the spoiler section, really. But yeah, I really like that. I like the cinematography. I like the fight choreography. I like the sets.
The music?
Even the music. The music was... Yeah, the music was cool.
The music was cool.
Oh, some depressing shit, though.
However, my issue came like towards the end of the series now. Yeah. And the way they have... Like,
no spoilers, though.
No spoilers. Yeah. But the way they have audio cues. Yeah. For like every single character kind of like has this like 3 or 4 notes, like whatever. Like a small soundtrack. That, yeah. Like they do, like they have them. So there's this... it's not a spoiler, but... You get it. It gets really, really annoying once you get towards the end of the series. Yeah. Because it gets way too dramatic, and then every single revelation has a corresponding audio cue that goes with it. So you'll hear they'll say something, and they'll be like, "Oh my God, this is a brand new revelation," and there's a song to go with it. And then you have to sit there and wait. The song pieces it out.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
That shit got on my nerves.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so that's the other thing. The way they did the flashbacks, like, I thought was a little weird. Like, it was very anime.
Yes, it was.
To a certain, but like hyper anime. I'll compare it to like Naruto flashbacks. Yeah. And it was kind of weird because like something really intense is going on. Like I'd rather, when anime does a thing where it's like the story stops at a certain point and then it just gives you the entire flashback for the next 2-3 episodes.
And then it just moves on from there.
And then it comes back to present time and continues.
Yeah.
I'd rather they did that
instead of every single time.
Instead of having those flashbacks every single episode. Yeah, that was a bit. Although the flashbacks about him losing his mind were done really well.
Yes.
Like him hallucinating. So a side effect from being brought back into a different sleeve is you get all these visions and stuff. And because he's a terrorist, he gets like, he sees his old trainer or lover or whatever, and you know, like he's basically talking to someone that isn't there. Like it's really cool the way they did that.
Yeah, those monologue whatevers, those were really cool. Because now you see, you'll have a scene where he's talking, where ostensibly he's talking to someone. Yeah. And then the camera just shifts out and he's alone. Yeah. And then it comes back again. And then you see, like, those dialogues, monologues were really, really cool. They were. But then there's the legit flashbacks that you're talking about. Yeah. Those also got quite
they were too much. I wish they had just done it in one go. And also... like
one flashback episode. But they did
like two. Like, it would be like 2 flashback episodes. Like, if you take, you know...
Between 1 and 5, you have
from when he was a kid
3.
to where he ends up. Yeah. You know, like... With the terrorist, like from when he was a kid to where he ends up, and you just spread that over 2 episodes. Like, I think that would be better than having every single episode be okay. Flashback. Here's him as a kid. Okay, next episode, here he is after that when he was a kid. You know, like that was a bit annoying. I thought
frustrating.
Yeah. And the other thing about this show that I thought was pretty frustrating was the villain reveal. For me, was not worth it. It was such a letdown. It was such a letdown. I don't mind the way the case unfolded. I'll put it that way. Mm-hmm. I really don't mind the way the case unfolded. But the reveal of who the villain behind everything, like who it was and what the motivation was, I thought was so tropey and so old and so done and tried before. It just, that for me was the biggest letdown.
Yeah. I liked. Funnily enough, I liked the villain reveal, but I agree on the motive.
The motive. I don't mind the villain reveal itself. Like the villain as a villain, it worked. It worked. Yeah. It worked. The motivation
is what
super cheesy.
Yeah.
Super cheesy.
Yeah.
Like you've seen it before. Trust me, you have seen it 100 times before. Yeah. And I thought that disappointed me quite bad. But it's still, I don't know. I still love the show.
Yeah, the show is really good.
Yeah,
I'll give it, if you had to score it out of 10.
Out of 10, 7 or 8.
Yeah, because even for me, I was gonna give it an 8.
Yeah. I would say it's definitely worth watching, though it is not for everyone.
Yeah.
The show has a lot of it's
violence.
Like the gore. The gore is okay. Well,
is it though?
No. The gore is pretty bad.
Yeah.
The gore is like Game of Thrones level screwed up. There's a lot of nudity and stuff in this as well, which is fantastic.
And even the themes of
the mature content, which is the themes.
Yes.
Those I see people having a lot of trouble with dealing with.
Yeah, like some people might have a problem.
It is
stomaching.
Yeah. Like it is just like the things humans do in the future is pretty sick.
Yeah.
I don't think everyone can handle it.
Even the things that they do for fun in the future kind of
is real screwed up. Like you need I think you need to be pretty open-minded to watch the show and enjoy it.
And a fan of cyberpunk and a fan of like neo-noir.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Well, I think if you're a fan of cyberpunk, you should technically be open-minded. I think.
But you know, there are those guys who will say
still the moral,
cyberpunk is this, and it can't be beyond these. Even though this does fit within the lines that cyberpunk has set out.
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah. I would still say it's more. Yeah. Yeah. You're right. Yeah. Yeah. No. So be warned. Go into it prepared. Now I think that's it. Yeah. Now we can talk about spoilers.
Oh wait! Before that.
Yeah.
The casting. Did you like the casting?
I loved. Oh, the acting throughout the show. The acting is amazing.
Yes.
Like everyone acted really well. I'm trying to think of a shit actor. I cannot. And it's so good. Like you know this whole concept of being put from one body into the other.
Yes.
Like there are scenes, so you'll see the same character in this show be with someone else's personality, and everything about their body language, everything was different. That is such good acting.
Yes.
Especially like you know who I'm talking about. Like
yeah.
I'll talk about it in the spoiler section, but like I'm be specific. But just wow, I love the acting. I'm trying to. Who was your favorite character?
My favorite character.
Unless it's a later character, then don't reveal it.
Who my favorite character was?
Basically, unless you say the villain, don't tell us.
No. Like, the person who I enjoyed watching on screen the most was... Who? I think... Okay, to be honest, I think it was Takeshi.
Yeah.
But not the main sleeve of Takeshi.
Yeah.
I didn't like the main Takeshi sleeve.
Yeah,
and I didn't like the OG Takeshi sleeve.
Oh, which one?
I liked the in-between Takeshi sleeve.
I'm so confused.
Remember when he was training to be an envoy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not that sleeve.
Not that sleeve? Okay.
And not the sleeve that he has now, not Joel Kinnaman.
Okay.
The one in between. The one that's in the first episode, the intro guy.
Oh, okay.
That guy. That's the guy I liked the most.
For me, my favorite character was the AI.
I also really liked
he
the
was
because he was
dopest character in the whole show. Oh my god, I love that guy. His name was Poe.
Yeah.
I'm
guessing like now we might as well just transition straight into spoilers.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk spoilers from now. So if you haven't watched the show, go watch it. If you don't want spoilers, don't listen from now onwards. Okay, and if you did watch it, join us. Yeah. So Poe was dope.
Yeah.
I felt so shit when he got capped. Oh my god!
But it was gonna happen. He is
so dope. Huh?
It was gonna happen. You saw it coming.
Yeah, but still, like, he can be rebuilt. Like, he's an AI. But just, damn, he was awesome. Like, now, even his hotel was so dope.
I loved his
hotel. His whole thing was so dope. It's like you went to, like, a roleplay party, like a LARP.
Yeah.
Live action roleplay.
Yeah.
He was that. He was
that.
Basically like a cyberpunk or steampunk hotel dude.
Oh, nice.
And he even spoke completely different from everyone else. It was so cool.
Now for guys, Poe is named after Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh, I did not know that.
So his first name was Edgar, so he's named after Edgar Allan Poe, and the whole thing is his whole hotel. He's an AI that runs a hotel.
Yeah,
and his whole hotel
is the hotel as well.
And he is the hotel.
Yeah.
And the whole hotel is themed around like Edgar Allan Poe, like dark, dreary.
It's called the Raven.
Yes, the hotel is called the Raven. And they're random ravens.
He was so dramatic. I love that guy. Even when he's like introducing himself and stuff, he does this thing.
He does this flourishes.
It's like a show. Yeah. So dope.
No, he's he's one of the coolest characters in that show.
He was my favorite.
Yeah.
By far.
The reason why I liked Middle Takeshi was because...
The Middle Takeshi. So that's the guy who gets killed right at the start, right?
That's the guy who gets killed at the start.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, the reason why I liked him is because his fights were always like amped up. His fights always seemed really, really good.
Yeah.
And I felt like that because I think we were introduced to him in that sleeve.
Yeah.
So I kind of like bonded with him in that moment.
Yeah.
Rather than with Joel Kinnaman. Because Joel Kinnaman looks the same, everything he's doing. This other guy emoted a bit more. And you could see the weight of the shit that he's had to carry in his face.
Yeah.
Joel Kinnaman, he's a cool actor, and I enjoyed... Because you can also see...
He was so he's who I was talking about. Like... When they show like him being like not as a slave, like with the old cop he used to be, and to where it's now Takeshi Kovacs.
Yeah,
so different.
Huge
like,
differences.
The way they walk.
Yeah, the three of them.
The way they move. My God, it was so good.
So that's the thing. Like these guys really, really did. They did a lot of work.
Yeah.
On this show. The thing, even the part that really impressed me was towards the end. Again, spoilers, it's on you. If you're here, that's on you.
Yeah,
when he double sleeved, and he's had to do like rock paper scissors to to decide
that was really
who's
cool.
gonna do stuff.
Yeah.
I found those scenes really, really dope because I was like, there's no other way you can honestly like, how can you act across from yourself?
Yeah.
And you're just seeing the fact that he's acting for two different, in a very, very interesting way.
This guy's seen shit. Like, this guy saw... You've both seen shit, but one of you has seen shit yesterday and one of you hasn't. Like,
and you don't want to spoil it for the other guy because it'll influence everything.
Yeah.
You'll start having like a breakdown.
It was great, man.
Because like the other guy before who had double sleeved, Dimmy the Twin.
Yeah.
I liked that concept of having a guy who did that, who essentially cloned himself.
Yeah.
And then he's living with both clones concurrently as twins. Yeah. So he thinks that he's his brother. He thinks he's his own brother.
Yeah.
Within, like, he goes crazy. Like, his personality just fragments.
He was nuts. I did not like that guy.
I liked
his character.
Yeah, I liked
his character, but as
like, a person in the show,
he was an idiot. Yeah, he was a bit of an idiot.
Okay,
also the Jim Carrey looking dude. Holy crap!
The guy with the elastic face.
Yeah. Oh.
that was spooky.
He was perfect though.
Yeah,
he wasn't there for long, but he was perfect.
Yeah, and he added up the creep factor for that scene.
It's such a like all the dystopian futures, like whether it's Mad Max or video games like Borderlands, they all have that guy, stage arena host kind of dude. Oh,
and he fitted to a T.
Yeah. He was brilliant.
I liked the cop.
The chick?
The chick, yes.
She is probably the hottest chick I've seen on a TV show. She was fine.
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah.
Now, the thing I liked the most about Ortega is how she curses. I can't get enough of how emotional she is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get like any scene where she's passionate about something, you feel that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there'll be times when you won't see, like when Takeshi is like lost or something and she's looking for him, or even when she's just chasing down leads, in whatever she's looking for, you care about whatever she's doing. So I'll give her mad props. She's one of the best actors in that show.
For me, it's still, I think Takeshi killed it is like way better. Just that whole double sleeve and having the previous person, that's a lot. That for me was just work. The
rich guy, what's his name? Bancroft.
The rich guy was he was barely in it. Like, he was there in the first episode, the second, and then just bits and pieces, like
he shows up
a minute here and there. Yeah, you barely see him.
And then he only shows up.
But he was pretty. Yeah. He was like, I think everyone was dope. Even like in terms of acting and the way they had their characters. The characters were really good in the show.
Yeah.
As people, maybe not. Like, the wife was pretty fucked up.
But okay, like, I don't know. Like, that's the thing.
And they could have gone longer with this whole show as well.
But I'm glad. Yeah, I'm actually glad they stuck with 10 minutes. Not 10 episodes. Sorry.
Yeah. They could have gone longer because like the you're introduced to the other kids.
Yeah.
Like there's the main kid, but then there are 12 in total. Like the rich dude has 12 kids.
Yeah.
And they're all weird and twisted. We know that, but we don't see all of them. We only see 2, and one of them we just see in one episode, and that's it for like 2 minutes. She goes into her mom's body and decides to take it. That was so fun. That's what I mean. So that's where the morality is. Like seeing, like
somebody else.
I'm gonna go into my mom's body to see what it's like for her to have sex.
And then now the
like,
thing
what
is,
the hell?
It means that same actor has to have the range of someone else.
Yeah,
because even when
she kind of did, though.
Yeah, she did have it.
Yeah, it's good acting, but like as a concept, it's pretty fucked up. Yeah, it's fucked up.
Like towards the end, like also like now again spoilers.
This is all spoilers.
Yeah, the villain.
Yeah.
You said you didn't like the villain.
Okay.
The villain reveal. Sorry.
So
the villain. No, you didn't. You liked the villain reveal. You didn't like the motivation.
Okay, so the villain is Takeshi's sister, who's alive. Yeah. Okay. But her motivation for what she did is because I love you.
Yes.
That is so stupid. Like for me, it is the most dumbest. Like I have conquered entire, and then, like I've conquered all these things. I've done all these amazing things because I love you. Okay, so because you love me, now let's like it's always the same thing.
Yeah.
But no, my fortune now. I love my fortune.
I can't.
And it just swaps like that.
Yeah.
I hate that. That's such a weak. I think that is like the weakest thing. It's like crazy obsessive tsundere love.
Yes.
Like
yeah,
it's
that's
so
the same.
dumb.
That's the same problem I had with her.
Yeah.
Because I
like
liked
every stalker movie.
Yeah.
Has the same villain.
I liked the fact that she had her own agency. She did
She
stuff.
was so
she was
cool.
Top dog.
Man, when she rocked up with that samurai sword and sliced the shit out of everyone, that was like dope, man.
That was dope.
Oh.
But then now, when you get the motivation that she was doing this essentially to keep him, it's like she wanted to be his little sister again, and then you wonder.
But not even that. Like
It's not even that. She just wanted him. She just wanted him to be around for.
I wanted to eat you now.
Yeah,
like
I
it's
could
gone
eat
to
you
that.
now.
Like
it's that craziness.
It's so lame.
And it's not like she sleeved that much. She has multiple sleeves. She just hasn't sleeved. She hasn't gone through the same kind of trauma that Takeshi has.
No, she hasn't gone through the same trauma. Although, again, it's revealed that she actually sold the terrorists out and is the reason, blah, blah, blah. So she's been, like, a bad guy for a while.
Yeah, but she hasn't gotten that subsequent, like... You know, now with the sleeving that you do going from one body to the next, that breakdown in personality that Takeshi has had...
No, she has had that, because she was the other guy. She was the other rich guy. She was the chick who was rich, who was setting... She was the sister... She was the little kid probably as well. Like, you don't know.
Yeah, but you see, those ones are all in the ensuing 250 years.
Yeah,
when he was on ice.
Yeah,
I'm saying by the time that Takeshi got here,
yeah,
he's been through more bodies than she has.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. Like that's kind of the feeling that I got from the show.
Because like she had all those different bodies of the same thing.
Yeah, but those are essentially
really what the fuck was she up to? We really don't know what the hell she was up to.
Yeah.
So I can't.
Is she still alive? No, she's not.
No, she's not. They got rid of her. Yeah, she's dead, permadeath. They crashed the satellite with her backups.
Oh,
blah, blah. She has no backup.
So she has no backup, and she got.
And shot. even then, I don't. Like, just her motivation. No, just, I love you, but if you let me go and let everything, like, even, like, her motivation, because I love you, I'm doing this, was weak.
Yes.
In the end, because she just flipped.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, that was the biggest shit thing about the entire show.
Yeah, and this happens legit in the last 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Episode 8 or 9 there.
Yeah. So, like, what did you think about the reveal of how Bancroft died and all that?
I was also lucky. I
that
found
was okay.
that was weak.
It was weak, yeah. but I was okay with that because like, you know, like, I didn't want again, it could have been a trope.
Yeah.
And I like that it wasn't a trope.
Yeah.
And just he had it right the whole time from the start.
Yeah.
But the reasons for why, I think, are just meh. I don't really
care. The
reasons
were meh.
Meh, yeah. Exactly. Which I'm okay with. It's nice seeing a show that embraces something that's meh instead of making it something more than it needs to be, I guess.
Or at least, or even just going for the obvious.
Yeah. So it was your daughter all along.
Because, you know, they've been setting up the whole wife thing, the whole son thing.
Even the daughter thing. Like, why introduce us to the daughter? Like, why? Why would we introduce the daughter?
There was really no reason for us to have...
To see the daughter, yeah. Like, she was there in that one scene. And that was it. And the whole thing that we got out of that scene is, yeah, anyone... Like, there's a chance that anyone can go into the sleeves of the parents and kill the guy that way.
Yeah.
Right?
And the fact that the son had a sleeve of the dad.
Yeah. That was it.
Yeah.
But there was no other reason for us to meet the daughter. I think there may have been, like, a bigger plan for us to look at all the kids.
Maybe.
As well. and that could have spun in its own direction, but
And then also for me, watching the series in total, like actually in the first couple of episodes, like let's say episode 1, 2, 3, 4, I felt like there were a lot of like shout outs and call outs to previous stuff.
Yeah.
Like there's like if you're big on this whole cyberpunk thing, you'll have watched like if you're into like pop culture stuff, you'll see small things like shout outs to Blade Runner.
Yeah.
There'll be something that reminds you of Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah.
Yeah, there'll be something that reminds you of The Matrix. All these things are there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Psychopaths.
Yeah. So all these things are there. It's like it's a future. It's a familiar future. Let me say that it's a future that you can, if you've been watching like sci-fi stuff, you can recognize.
Yeah.
It's just that the aspect of that future that they're picking, the whole body switching thing, is what's different.
Even though that's not as different, like this isn't an altered carbon only. Like I was telling you about the other book, Down and Out in the Magic Kingdom, has the same sort of concept. I think it's just older.
Yeah.
And maybe not. I haven't read that yet, but I know it's similar. Like this whole transferring your consciousness thing is a sci-fi thing in itself, I think.
Yeah. It's just that I'm saying this mechanic of you'll switch bodies like this. Yeah. That's altered carbon through and through.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like now even the thing with the bodies. I don't know. Have you read Neuromancer?
No.
The William Gibson book?
No.
Now this book was written like in the 80s, 70s.
Wow.
He essentially forecast everything about the internet. Like the way that we call it, like the net, the web, the matrix. Actually, the term the matrix came out in that book first. It's just that now the movie overtook this other one.
Yeah.
So it's been popularized by the movie, but it actually came from there first.
Yeah.
So the aspects, like there's aspects from that book that I'm seeing in this, of like the black dude and his wife.
Yeah.
Being like console guys working, being able to like hack computers and all that stuff. Being able to switch bodies, like rich people having multiple bodies. Like in Neuromancer, they had this thing where you have clones. Like rich people they lived on a satellite actually.
Yeah. So
they had these clones, and they removed the kids like now from cryostasis to run the company.
Yeah.
In segments, like on a calendar. So these 20 years, it's this one. Then once she's lived her 20 years, she goes back on cryostasis. Someone else comes out.
Yeah.
And then all the clones have different names. So in this one, it's sort of similar, but in the sense that it's the same person, just in different bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I liked. Like there's references to a lot of other pop culture stuff.
Yeah.
If you're into it, that's there.
Yeah.
Even the guns, like even the way these guys were getting those weaponry, that was all Mass Effect.
Huh?
You don't remember like when he went to like that what's it called? The black market trader guy. The weapon, I don't know why the weapons just reminded me of Mass Effect.
Yeah. I get you. Although that gun was so cool. Like it would be such a cool video game gun. The one that recalls the projectile back.
Yeah.
Oh, what a cool gun.
Yeah. And then even now remember when he was living through his when he was living through now the twin guy's torture.
Yeah.
And then he fought his way out.
That was super Matrixy, yeah.
Yeah, that was like the Matrix all through.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you'll enjoy you'll enjoy the show on multiple levels if you look for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
was my takeaway from it.
Yeah. I haven't done as much cyberpunk stuff as maybe most people have, I think.
Still, at least you're aware.
But yeah, I'm aware. But like, I don't know. Like I saw like hints of like Fifth Element-ish here and there, and a bit of Blade Runner and Deus Ex actually a lot. With all the implants that they're doing and like what they do to Ortega's arm. Yeah. Fuck that scene. That is okay. What was your best scene? My best scene was Lift. Oh my god, that was so good.
When she got spiked in the lift.
That whole fight in the lift was amazing. That was the best scene.
That dude, whatever his name was, Lung.
Yeah.
That assassin.
Are you a believer?
Yes, that guy.
Oh
I loved that dude.
That was so good. He was such a good villain as well.
And he's not the same big old hulking dude that everyone knows.
He's this little Chinese looking priest dude. Are you a believer?
But he has this thing that I don't even know.
He has
some weird
factor level 9, man.
And the weapon, I've never even seen something work like that.
Yeah, it's like, what is it, like a fork knife cleaver thing?
It's like a fork knife, like he stabs it into you and it comes out with like a flower of meat from your body. I was like, that is insane.
Yeah.
So he
that
takes
was
this
nuts.
But then I also like
that whole fight in the lift was so good.
And then the fight for Ortega and the sister and Ray in the clone place.
Well, that was such a video game. That was like, this is a stage in a video game. This is literally like, you defend this area. Defend it for this much time while other shit is happening, and defend it. Like,
but then now I kept on wishing, like throughout that fight, I was like, why aren't you using like your mechanical arm?
Yeah.
Then
she did.
And she punches this chick in the chest.
Beautiful.
And you see it in the back. You see her ribs crack from behind.
Wow.
That was nice.
That was yeah.
The last fight between Takeshi and Rei. With the sword fight. The sword gunfight thing. That reminded me, as in the first thing that came to mind when I saw that fight.
Equilibrium?
No. Funnily enough. It was way more.
It was less martial artsy.
It was less martial artsy than whatever, but it was more. It felt more anime than those.
Yeah.
And the first thing that came to mind was Cowboy Bebop, the fight between Vicious and Spike.
I haven't seen that.
Watch Cowboy Bebop. If you like this, you like that, because that's another anime thing. That's another pop culture reference.
Yeah. For me, it's like, I guess when Rey storms the arena.
Yeah, when Rey storms the arena, is
slices through everyone. Was like, oh.
She shows up with like
that samurai sword and just cuts everyone in the cyberpunk world. What the?
And then she has dope. Then she has like
you don't see her face.
Yeah, you don't see her face.
Yeah.
And then even in her place, she has all this like Eastern stuff.
Yeah. So I guess that's the mafia, Yakuza influence, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also her heritage. Because even like
they were half Japanese.
Yeah, because even like where her clones were, there were swords there, there were katanas there.
Yeah. But yeah, Takeshi and her are half Japanese, half Russian. Yeah. If you ever want a cool name,
Takeshi Kovac.
Yeah. Pick a Japanese first name, and then the second name you pick like a Slavic Russian thing.
Yeah.
God. Yeah, I love the show, man. I really did.
Now, the one thing that I was wondering throughout the show, what do guys do for fun in that universe?
Oh, there's so much. There's so much to do. You go to the virtual cyber cafe.
But all those virtual cyber cafes are like for sex, man.
No, not all of them. Some of them were just like, they were like the kids. Did you see their video games?
The video games looked a lot like ours, just 3D.
Yeah. But look at the size of the little kids playing on the screen that big. Oh, come on.
Yeah.
That was dope. And then even like, I'm sure there was virtual stuff like that.
Yeah.
And there's lots of drugs.
The first bit that I laughed at was when Ortega sleeved her grandmother in a mobster's body.
That was awesome. That was so cute.
Because you can see this guy, he's this cute, big bearded, tattooed,
and he's
earring guy, and he's being all sweet with the family. He talks like an old Mexican lady. That was actually
that has really good acting as well.
Yeah, like that thing.
In like such a small character. Yeah.
Once you notice that.
Yeah.
It's those small ticks that I really enjoyed.
Yeah, they did. This is a good show, man.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. I just wish the pacing was a little better. Mm-hmm. And I wish the villain had
a better motivation.
Yeah. Because she could have been a really... Just...
And I hope she didn't die.
No, she's dead.
I hope she didn't.
There's no way she's survived. Like, he did shoot her in the disc. And that was the last backup.
True.
Unless there was another backup. No.
But even visually, like, we haven't seen a villain like her in a very long time.
No.
Okay, I don't know. I enjoyed seeing...
I see that. That's too much for me.
But
I love you.
No. Forget, aside from the motivation. Forget the
like
motivation.
what? A sister being the villain.
Just look at her as a person.
Yeah,
her as a person.
Have we seen a villain like her? I mean, she's basically like Vandal Savage.
She is, but now as a chick. I haven't seen any chicks.
She's hotter than...
She's hotter than Vandal Savage. Her face, she doesn't emote. I don't know whether you realize this. Like, in her face, when she was doing all those things when she was telling him that stuff, she didn't look... She's very stone-faced. And I liked the idea of seeing this stone-faced chick just mowing guys down.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was just a small thing that I guess
I don't know. I don't know.
Because you know who I fully expected to be the bad guy?
Who?
I expected Bancroft to have pulled this off somehow. It was... he did it to himself. Like, he was the bad guy at the end of it all. Like,
he was just trying to prove...
He's just trying to prove
someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could see that, yeah.
Yeah.
But I did not expect the sister.
Yeah, didn't expect
and that
the
just
sister.
came out of like nowhere as well. So I guess if you're like into detective shows, that might throw you off because it literally comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like there's this character who wasn't there throughout the entire show, and now is there,
and is the mastermind,
and is the main bad guy. Yeah.
It actually felt like what's it called? Like Bond Spectre, when the reveal of Blofeld.
Done. I haven't even watched Spectre.
Fuck, dude, watch Spectre.
I don't.
That should be the movie you should watch.
No, we're doing a book. Yeah. Okay. You wanna close it here?
Yeah, that's more or less done. Yeah.
Watch the show is basically the conclusion. Yeah. Even if the pacing is slow, get past the third episode.
Once you get past episode 3.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're happy by episode 3.
If you like episode 1,
you'll like the show.
Ignore 2 and watch 2 and 3, but note that they are the weakest in the entire show.
Yeah, you can play Candy Crush through those episodes.
Yeah, I don't mind. They were shit episodes, yeah. But anyways, next time we're gonna do a book, and I get to choose. And gosh, I will pick. It's a big book, really big book. It's called The Satanic Verses
by Salman Rushdie.
What he said.
Yeah.
Yeah. So check that one out, and we will reconvene. Yeah. Thanks for listening or watching
or listening.
Or listening. Have fun.
Have fun, guys.
Do you have an opinion on what we just discussed? Did we miss something? Tell us in the comment section and we'll read it in the next episode. If you're listening on Anchor, send us a voice message and we'll add it to this episode. Don't forget to follow our podcast on Twitter @SpoilFans for updates, and follow our Instagram for behind-the-scenes action @SpoilersInFandom. Also, subscribe to us on YouTube and Anchor to get the latest episodes.